Welcome to the Vantage Fit Corporate Wellness Podcast. This podcast is sponsored by Vantage Fit, the all-in-one AI-powered corporate wellness platform developed by Vantage Circle.
Soft skills are indeed important, and they play a significant role in personal and professional success. Soft skills, also known as interpersonal or people skills, are non-technical skills that relate to how you interact with others, handle relationships, and navigate social situations. So today we're going to talk more about this topic, why soft skills are vital for employee well-being. I am your host Dipshi, and today I have with me the co-founder and chief product officer at Nestor, Raluca Apostol. Raluca is the co-founder and chief product officer at Nestor, the people intelligence platform that helps organizations unlock the power of skills to drive workforce agility, higher performance, and continuous growth. With a Ph.D. in machine learning, she leads the research and product development at Nestor. She deeply cares about customer success and makes sure that every employee using the product is becoming better every day. Welcome to the show, Raluca.
Thank you so much for having me today. Thank you.
We are so glad to have you here today, Raluca. Thank you so much for giving us your time. So, before diving into the topic of today, could you please introduce yourself to our listeners and tell us about your journey?
All right. Thank you so much, first of all, for the invitation. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to talk about a very exciting topic today. A bit about myself. As you have mentioned, my name is Raluca Apostol, and I'm one of the co-founders of Nestor, and I'm also Chief Product Officer for Nestor. What we do at Nestor is a people intelligence platform that helps people grow in the company. So we take a skills-based approach to delivering an employee experience people love. This is how we love saying about us. But of course, what we do is everything about skills. And the way I started Nestor back in the days was also a very interesting moment in my life when I got through a burnout as well. So having this topic today and talking about the importance of soft skills and how this helps with employee well-being is actually a subject that is really touching for me. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Thank you so much for sharing with us about your journey, Raluca. So let us begin with today's topic. How do soft skills such as communication and interpersonal skills contribute to a positive work environment and overall employee well-being?
Thank you so much for the question. And this is, as I was saying to you a little bit before, this is a topic very interesting and is pretty hot at the moment in the market. But let me start by saying that skills and soft skills in particular have become the backbone of any successful organization that wants to thrive today. And if you want to gain competitive advantage in the market and overcome any unseen challenge in the future, then you may have start building communication and interpersonal skills among the employees. So understanding the skills and capabilities employees have bring a lot of benefits for organizations, but also support a lot the positive work environment and better support the overall employee well-being. And I would like to give you just a few examples in here, examples of skills that are very important from a communication and interpersonal perspective. So first of all, effective collaboration is important because employees who have skills like communication and interpersonal skills will collaborate and work together better. They will be more effective. They especially will work better in work environments because, there are so many challenges today when we are working in a hybrid work environment and we may need to connect from different devices and from different places, having different backgrounds as well. The second very important thing around the communication and having the right interpersonal skills and how this actually contributes to a positive work environment is building relationships. This is the most important thing when we are talking about teams and how we build trust in our teams and in our companies. And this comes hand to hand with giving a sense of belonging and helping, including the employees, in a greater purpose than themselves. So it's very important to build stronger relationships at work, because this will also give you a lot of confidence when doing the work. And lastly, we are working in an environment or in a world when we can work together with different generations, like starting from the baby boomers towards the millennials and Generation Z. So it's very important to have the right communication skills and be aware of collaborating with different people from different backgrounds with different experiences, and being able to work in cross-functional teams. And of course, this having all of this will only create an inclusive and supporting workplace culture in the company.
Exactly. I believe to survive in today's world, communication and soft skills is very important. Having communication and these days we have to deal with people, we have to interact with them and socialize, right? Otherwise, it will lead us into isolation and things like that.
Definitely. And you cannot work in isolation, even though you are finding yourself working remote, maybe physically, from a physical perspective, you may be alone in one room, but basically you work together with other people so that you can bring or achieve common goals.
Exactly. So, in what ways can emotional intelligence impact an employee's mental and emotional well-being in the workplace?
Emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is about emotions, right? Mm-hmm. And people with strong emotional intelligence have the ability to understand, manage, and effectively use their own emotions and, of course, the emotions of others. So, most important for you when you look at this kind of skill is to identify those non-verbal cues and attitudes, and being able to adjust your behavior according to the others as well. So a high emotional intelligence helps individuals be more empathic, helps individuals better understand and connect with others through emotions, because you are working. There are a lot of situations where emotions come in, and you need to understand when you need to manage yourself and also to manage others, so that you can eliminate stress from the equation. And what I would also love to mention is in here, being self-aware is part of being emotionally intelligent, because it's very important to know yourself. It's very important to identify what are your behaviors and eliminate some of the biases maybe. And another thing that is important, being self-aware also gives a sense of clarity for both in personal and professional lives. And this comes in with work-life balance, because being emotionally intelligent is not only being at work. It's about yourself, it's about your personality, and it's about your way of looking at problems, even though those are situations that happen at work or happen in your own personal life. And lastly, and I know that this is very interesting to also again say that emotional intelligence is an important characteristic for authentic leaders, and companies are looking to have those leaders that can inspire others and support others. So this part of emotional intelligence is about communicating, understanding others, identifying where you can jump into supporting maybe your direct reports when you are a leader. So coaching them, spending time with them in one-on-ones and conversations, learn more about them, and being really genuinely interested about your people is very important. And yeah, this is where employee well-being comes in so much.
Mm-hmm. In the workplace, even to maintain a good workplace culture, you have to be interacting with all your colleagues in a manner, and you have to understand them to avoid conflict, right?
Right. It's very important for the conflict management part, because when you identify some of the other's reactions, and that reaction may have an, let's say, probability to lead to a conflict. This is where you are actually learning more about how others may react in some of the situations, and you can adapt in that moment just to avoid the conflict and to solve it immediately.
Yeah, true. So, how do strong soft skills help employees cope with workplace stress and maintain a healthier work-life balance?
So we were talking about emotional intelligence, and this is an important factor in dealing with stress also, because emotional intelligence helps people to navigate interpersonal issues or work relations, handle criticism, because we may find ourselves receiving maybe not negative feedback, but some of us will take it as a criticism. Some of us will take it as a feedback and constructive one, and also manage their reactions to stressful situations more effectively. What is also important when we talk about coping with stress at work and maintaining that work-life balance and trying to get the balance on the healthy side, soft skills that are associated with time management is very important to manage your time effectively, so that you know what you need to do, so that you prioritize the work based maybe on importance, or maybe on urgency, or maybe on difficulty, whatever works for you. But it's important to have this kind of planning for the day, for the week, for the month, whatever you want to take it. It's important to have these skills developed and also practice this day by day, week by day, week, in order to eliminate stress. And another thing is this piece of being focused. You cannot do 10 things great at the same time. But if you take like the most, the first 3 most important ones, for you, it would be easier to cope with stress on that one. Another thing would be building resilient teams, and identify yourself as being as an adaptable person. Like developing this skill for you is very important, because when you are resilient and you are able to adapt to different situations, you just take challenges as they come, and you'll know that you'll adapt to those. You'll try to learn from what happened in the past, and at the same time, you will adjust yourself easier to different situations, and at the same time, having that open mindedness and a healthier perspective about let's say, situations that you cannot control, maybe. And what I would love also to mention is about positivity. And we find positivity being one attribute that organizations really take care of, and they don't eliminate from the equation. Because when you come at work with a positive attitude, not being very optimistic, but being positive about what you are doing, about what you are working at, then you can basically influence other people's also emotions, and at the same time increase the morale of the team or the people that you are interacting with. So yeah, and also various researches out there concluded that people with a higher level of positivity and optimism are more engaged at work. So also being engaged is something that will help you eliminate stress and maintaining your focus to your work. And of course, this helps you a lot with that work-life balance, because you leave the problems at work and you'll not take them at home.
Mhm. Exactly. And I believe these soft skills, having soft skills also help on enhancing employee self-confidence and self-esteem, don't you think?
Definitely. Definitely. And this is very important for you, because when you are supported and you are agile and you learn a lot about what is new out there, you may find yourself relevant. So this helps a lot in your confidence at work, and not only at work, in your everyday life as well. Having this growth mindset and focusing on building on other things and taking experiences as learnings, having that willingness to learn is very important for your self-esteem as well. And yeah, definitely, when you go out and you do a presentation, then you practice basically two skills in here, two soft skills. The first one would be the communication. The second one would be like the presentation skills, that it's so important when you want to transmit a message to the others, and find yourself really confident in your words, in your presence, in your appearance, and of course in your message that you want to transmit.
Mhm. And how do organizations can implement through what strategies to assess and measure the impact of soft skills on employee well-being?
All right. So first of all, this can be multiple things of that you can do as an organization in order to actually assess those soft skills. Most of the times you may find this soft skills assessment being like a little bit strange, but basically, as you can measure technical skills, you can also measure soft skills by measuring actual behaviors. Usually you will find soft skills connected with behaviors, like what I'm doing, what I'm practicing, what I'm learning, what I'm asking, how I'm doing, and so on. This is something that actually can be measured through either pulse surveys. Maybe you want to run a pulse survey across the organization and create some questions, simple questions that are highly connected with your company values, with the values that you want to promote, with the behaviors that you want to promote in the company. And this is a very good tool for the managers to be equipped with, because if you run these kind of questions and you get the pulse of each employee, and this also builds on the pulse of the team, is like learning more about the culture of the team and also the culture of the company. And having all this data, like starting from just from some answers that could be aggregated through those questions that you may run across the employees, will help both leaders identify what are the most important soft skills that are in your team, and what are the behaviors that your team needs to work on in order to improve maybe performance, improve productivity, improve collaboration. And having all this data will also help a lot leaders learn more about themselves as managers and leaders, because you know very well where you can work together with your team.
Mhm.
Another thing would be about feedback, and getting feedback, ideally 360, from different people that you are working with. So this is another tool that you can apply in order to measure these soft skills, and of course identify strengths, development areas, or unhidden strengths. So yeah, there are multiple ways to measure these soft skills, and I think this is very important, because soft skills are those skills that are transferable across the job roles, across the departments, and even industries. So if you are a good manager in one company, on one project, then you can easily adapt to another project with another team, so that you can apply the same soft skills but in different contexts. So yeah, this tells a lot about the leadership in the company.
So organizations should strategize and come up with programs also if necessary, right? Where they can even provide training to their employees to develop soft skills or certification courses and things like that, right?
Definitely, because measuring the soft skills will actually give you where the gaps are in your company, and will help you create those learning programs or leadership development programs for the managers, for the employees, so that you can basically develop these soft skills going further. And of course, helping equipping your employees with the most important skills in the company, like these soft skills, and they are most often identified as power skills as well, because they are transferable.
And in every field of work, I believe today, in every field of work, having soft skills is the most important thing. Having a degree or certification comes second. I believe communication skills and interpersonal skills are very significant and play a very crucial role.
It has a crucial role. It has a crucial role about going at work and being to have that level of satisfaction of working in a company, working in a team where you can be heard, where your opinion matters, and most importantly, you learn that you are bringing an impact in the company. So, and of course, if this happens at work, then your morale will go high, and you'll be super energized after, let's say, 10 hours of work. So it's so important to have this sense and this feeling of satisfaction at work.
Absolutely. Okay, Raluca. So with this, we almost come to the end of today's session. So last but not the least, would you like to share some valuable suggestions with our listeners?
Thank you so much for having me today. And thank you so much for talking about this interesting subject. What I would love to, let the audience know is that while you are focusing on a growth mindset and you are working on yourself on a weekly, daily, monthly basis, it's very important for your morale, but also is very important for the for your work-life balance as well. So just be open-minded, be willing to learn, be open to adapt, and have this growth mindset in every action that you take is very important for your mental health and for your well-being in the workplace, and not only. And yeah, thanks for the invitation.
Thank you so much for sharing your suggestions with us, and also for giving us your valuable time, Raluca. It was great talking to you. The entire session was very insightful. So thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to Vantage Fit Corporate Wellness Podcast. Please do subscribe to Vantage Fit Corporate Wellness Podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and our YouTube channel for new episodes.